Hello everybody, my name is Max, and today I'm going to be giving a presentation on obesity. Alright, and let's just take a quick look at today's agenda for discussing obesity. We're going to be discussing the definition, the medical risks associated with obesity, the driving behaviors, socioeconomic factors, and responsibilities. Alright, so what is the definition of obesity? So the definition of obesity is weight that is higher than what is considered as a healthy weight for a given height. The body mass index is a measuring tool that some medical professionals use to determine whether you are overweight or obese. And it's generally due to extra body fat. However, it may also be due to extra muscle and bone or water. All right, and then this slide discusses the medical risks that are associated with obesity, diabetes, stroke, heart disease, and cancer being some of the biggest causes from obesity. So it's good to prevent obesity so you don't run into these things later on in life. And these are the driving controllable behaviors that are contributing to obesity that we can control fairly easily, I'd say. The biggest is diet and food choice. The more that you control what you eat, making sure you're getting enough fruits and vegetables, around 7 servings a day, and then limiting things such as sugary stuff, such as sodas, candies, all of that, and making sure that you're having like proteins such as fish, chicken, all of that. And then the level of exercise and activity would be the next biggest controllable factor, making sure that you just do enough exercise today. As we go on, we're going to discuss the busy lives that we live today and how sometimes it's not as easy to get a certain level of exercise, but making sure that you're at least doing some kind of physical activity every day, even if it may be just like a walk. And then the next biggest thing would be discretionary funds for restaurants and entertainment. So a lot of us, we go out to eat a lot. Some people might go out to eat more frequently than others, and therefore they may be eating more than what's recommended, because restaurants, they try and use larger portions, so you may be eating more than what you actually would need. And then, as I discussed with the busy lives, most of us, we sit down and we work jobs, so we don't really get as much physical activity than what is recommended. And then the final one is smoking, which is very controllable. If you don't smoke, it's been proven that smoking will reduce the chances of becoming obese and preventing your death in the future. All right, so now we're going to be discussing the socioeconomic factors associated with obesity. So the first thing is the income level. People who make a lower income are more likely to become obese because the type of food that's provided around them is going to be more cheaper processed foods, and they won't be able to afford more fresh fruits, unlike some people who make higher income levels. Also, they'll be living in areas most likely that are that don't have playgrounds or something like that, some like in a safe kind of environment than higher income people, so they can't take as many walks or go to the park or whatever. It just it's not as safe of an environment. And then the next is the education level. You may not be as knowledgeable about obesity and the what you can do to prevent obesity. And like we discussed before, the neighborhood space, you may not be living in a friendly, safe neighborhood. And then the persuasive marketing advertisements of food products. So tends that fast food companies and makers of candies and sugary soda drinks, they all have more marketing than, let's say, advertisements for broccoli, Brussels sprouts, fish, all that kind of food. And then the last one is the prevalence of fast food restaurants. There's so many fast food restaurants these days, it's hard to avoid them. All right, and then finally, the responsibilities. It's a balance, and it's between the public and the policymakers. So, as the public, we need to be more involved in local neighborhood decisions for parks, food retailers, etc. We need to live healthy lifestyle choices for family, and we need an annual preventative wellness exams with our doctors to make sure that we're living healthy lives. And for policymakers, we need to make sure we enforce school nutrition and education programs in public schools, funding for obesity and public health initiatives, and incentives for healthy lifestyles. All right, so let's review what we learned today about obesity. Today we learned that obesity is an important public health issue in the 21st century. This group of people is at an increased risk for many serious diseases and health conditions if not prevented early in life. Obesity can be driven by both controllable factors and driven by the behavior of the individual, as well as external involuntary factors such as genetics and your environment. Concerted effort of the public and policymakers is needed to arrive at a healthier, united country for the 22nd century. And finally, I want to thank you for watching my presentation on obesity. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and bye.